Bayelsa girls are supposed to enjoy beating.
If man not beat you, not marry him, he not love you. If you really love me, you would understand. What am I understanding? Your bad character?
There's no longer a relationship. He said, what do you mean by that? That's more slap.
Oh God. Hi, I'm Iler again, and you're welcome to SKIR Recap. Now, if the term SKIR is new to you, it simply means Sisters Keeping It Real. Now, Sisters Keeping It Real is a show we have on radio, and it's just about women, womanhood, everything that concerns us as women, our healing process, our emotional, mental, social, physical health, money, empowerment, just everything, sisters. We have those real and bold conversations that sometimes most people don't want to talk about. While on the other hand, SKIR Recap brings the heart of our radio conversations online to you. So even when the radio microphones go off, you can still be a part of the conversation. Now, today on SKIR Recap, we are continuing the conversation that feels especially relevant in February, since it is often seen as the month of love. And I'm wearing red. Now, we looked at love languages and love lies. We asked the question, is it love or is it a lie dressed like love? We looked at the difference between love languages and love lies. And trust me, they are not the same thing. We all know the 5 love languages: words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, gifts, and physical touch. Knowing these things most times helps us to understand how we feel loved and how we can show love to others. But here's the truth. Love language is how love is communicated. It is not proof that love is safe. Now, let me break it down. Someone can text you all day and still be inconsistent. But because your love language is quality time, you'd feel like the only girl in the world, and you'll feel loved, but that person is not consistent, and that love is not necessarily safe. Another thing is someone can buy you gifts, send you flowers, always give you gifts, and if your love language is gifts, you're going to feel loved. But then again, the person might not actually be accountable to you. Or someone can hold your hand, know how to touch you, physical touch, and all of that. And the person speaks your love language fluently, but this person might not necessarily be there for you. So that's it. I hope you get the drift. So just because it feels good doesn't mean that it's good for you. Knowing your love language and the love language of your loved ones is very important, but it is not the ultimate. And while we're having this conversation on love languages, it dawned on me that it is not just about knowing the love language of your partner. You also need to know the love language of your parents, your siblings, your bestie, your friends, those in your circle. So I'm asking you this question, and it's something you should sit with. Do you know the love language of your parents, of your siblings, of your friends, those in your inner circle? And do they also know your love language? Because that way you can communicate your love and they can communicate love better when you know your love language. Because knowing your love languages helps with communicating love to others. But like I said, it is not proof that that love is safe. So when we concluded the conversation on love languages, we moved to the part B of it, which was love lies. And when we started this conversation on love lies, when we started identifying these love lies, boy, the stories started pouring in. Now, before I share some snippets from the studio, let's talk about some of these love lies. Have you heard this, or maybe you've experienced it before? I love you so much, but right now, I am not ready for any commitment. That is a lie that is well dressed. Like, how can you say you love someone and you don't want to be committed to them? Or have you ever been in a situation where you're getting all the attention, your love language is being spoken fluently by your partner, but they tell you they cannot be accountable? Why? I mean, if you love me, you should be accountable and you should commit. There should be some form of commitment, you get. Or you hear things like, if you really love me, you would understand. What am I understanding? Your bad character? I mean, I shouldn't. Or they'll say, I hurt you because I care so much about you. Or I am the way I am because of my past. Boy, grow up. You can grow. I mean, that's why we're all growing, we're evolving every day. So these are just some lies that, that are well dressed and make it look like, oh, I love you, but there's a condition to it. Now, I'm sure that you must have heard some of these love lies or even more love lies. You can drop it in the comment section so we all can learn from it and get to know what these lies are that are usually dressed up to look like love. Now, the thing about the lies is that if you entertain them long enough, they turn out to not just be a lie you're being told by your partner, but a lie that you are also telling yourself because you've lived long enough in that lie and you've embraced it, you've nurtured it, and it is now your own reality. Now, let me give you an instance. In a situation whereby they beat you up, and then after beating you, they get you gifts because that's your love language. You just chill and you're saying, oh, this person loves me. That's the way he shows me that he loves me. Anyways, let's hear from the sisters in the studio.
Sometimes I feel maybe it's because of the way they were brought up or something. Because
self-worth, self-esteem.
You want a man to beat you before you feel loved. Something was wrong with you. Like I said, there was a time I was in school and I dated somebody. No fresh love and all that. Puppy love. Fresh love. But you know that my eyes I've always had this conviction that if you lay your hands on me, that will be the end of it. I don't have time for your begging and all that. Not yet end. Unluckily for that young man, he now slapped me and almost removed one of my eyes because the slap was quite heavy. The slap was quite heavy. And when I raised up my head, the first thing I told him, this is it. This is the end. Journey have end. Please go your way. Let me go my way. This guy laughed. He laughed because he felt Bayelsa girls are supposed to enjoy beating.
Oh, that's what he said.
He told me that small slap where I slapped him. And after laughing, this young man now came the next day. How far now? The normal way now. Relationship to him is still ongoing. I said, I'm sorry, young man. I'm now single. There's no longer a relationship. He said, what do you mean by that? That small slap.
Oh, God.
You never see where they beat women, they beat them, relationships, see they go on. You are telling me because of that small slap. I told him, young man, I'm sorry, they don't beat me. You cannot beat me and expect me to continue the relationship. That's the end of it. This guy followed me for months and told me that so you get married and
because of small slap.
Because of small slap. Then I had this
ordinary slap.
Told me that so now because of that slap when you end the relationship. I was like, my dear, it's like you have to go and check your head.
A neighbor in school then that literally told me in her words that if her boyfriend does not beat her, then he does not love her. That's what she said. Because we're having a conversation and, I think it had to do with beating her. And I'm like, why would the man even raise his hand? And she was like, no. Why? That if he does not beat her, how will he correct her? I said, but can't they correct you without beating you? She said, no. He has to beat me for me to know that he loves me. And that was when I ended the conversation because I knew that there was no way I was going to have any conversation with her. How was I supposed to change that kind of mindset? No. That you already know that. And that kind of person would also tell her child that if man not beat you, not marry him, he not love you. And even if the daughter now marries somebody that does not beat her, she will now tell the husband, why you not beat my daughter? You not love my pikin. Because with that kind of mindset, I mean, why would you even think that? And if you see this girl, she's so pretty.
Some of them like to be beaten for them to
feel
loved. And that's a very big problem.
Yeah. You may come from a faulty home and you end up in another home. You get your own home is better. People look at you and you're an example for others to follow.
True.
Love language and all that. I feel these days people don't have time for that. Nobody
Please,
has
what do
time
they
to
have
be
time
on
for?
the,
Please tell us.
studying somebody's love language and all.
That's one of the lies we talked about, and I said I'm like this because of my past. So I used to, I'm beating you now because they used to beat.
They used to beat
Well,
me.
you
my
were supposed
house.
to
My
use
parents used
both
to
eyes
beat each
to
other.
see this love. I was always telling my roommate that hope will not give all our ingredients and nutrients to one man. At the end of the day, the man will not leave you.
Abi.
You will go and follow one boy. You'll be doing love in Tokyo. You will cook. You will follow him and be doing ashwebi. You will do all the things that you're supposed to be doing with your husband, with that young man. Tomorrow he will not leave you. By the time you get married, you won't have anything to give to the man that you're married to.
So
Because you'll be
Hudson,
empty. You have given all
Actually.
your ingredients to one nonchalant human being.
Now, we laughed about some of these stories, but the bitter truth is that this is the reality of some women. Some women don't even see anything wrong with it. And that's mostly because they have so lived with this lies that this is now their normal. And that's how unhealthy patterns are being passed down. Now, these love lies usually trap women in toxic cycles through the fear of starting over. You know, when you've been in a relationship for so long and you're like, where do I even start from? How do I start all over? But you know that this love is not good for you. It feels, but it is not a safe love for you. But when you think about the fact that you've been in that relationship for a very long time and you're telling yourself, how do I start all over again? A lot of us this has happened to a lot of women, a lot of us. And you ask yourself, where do I start from? There's another trap of emotional investment. You think about all that you've invested in that relationship emotionally, physically, spiritually, sexually. You have made investments into that relationship and you're asking yourself, how do I leave all of these investments? And, there's that fear. Then there's the pressure to make it work. You hear people saying, it's like that everywhere, you need to learn to work things out and all of that. Most times you get pressure from family, friends, loved ones telling you, you need to work it out, make it work. But there's one thing I say, and I believe strongly, and it is the fact that making a relationship work does not fall on just one person. It has to be the two people in that relationship. Like you need to want to make it work. So if it's just one person trying to make it work, it will be so heavy on that one person that they may not be able to make it work. So pressure to make it work, fine, I agree. You have to learn to make things work. But you can't make it work when it's just you trying to make it work. Both parties have to be invested in making it work. Then there's also another toxic circle of being told that all relationships are hard. We even one of the sisters in the studio even said that they will say men are scarce, and she was like, which scarce? Where is the scarcity? But whether they are scarce or not, I don't know. My point is, relationships, yes, are hard. But when you have two people working at it together, trying to make it simple, it works. But it's only hard when it's just one person trying to make it work, which goes back to that pressure of that circle of the pressure to make it work. There's also the thing of you being labeled too sensitive. Most times when a woman knows what exactly she wants, they say, this one, your wala is too much. But she knows what she wants and she wants what she wants. Provided what she wants is not out of this world, she's not asking for too much. Asking for an emotionally mature man is not asking for too much. Or she knowing how she wants to be treated is not her asking for too much. Then they'll now say, you are too sensitive. Your own is too much. Girls, please don't let anybody pressure you like that. So these are some of the circles that most times get women trapped in toxic relationships where they think about, this is what people say, this is what they will say and all of that. They'll now say, I'm too sensitive. I've left how many relationships? If it's not working, it's not working. The one truth that stood out clearly in the studios is the fact that love should feel safe and not confusing. It should not require silence, endurance, and most importantly, it should not require self-betrayal. Love should feel safe and not confusing. You know that thing where you ask somebody, what are we? And they are like, well, we're just vibing. What's that? That's how people are just vibing and wasting their years. What are we doing? What's the goal for this relationship? Where are we going to? What are we doing? What are we? Ask these questions. So it shouldn't be confusing. It should be clear. There should be clarity. It should not require silence. Not every time you see something you can't talk because they'll tell you, this is the way I am. I'm like this because of my past. So you have to deal with it. You now start enduring. And then it should not make you to let go of yourself, to betray yourself. Self-betrayal. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't betray yourself because you're loving someone. No, that's a love lie. Now, before I go, let me strip this down. So it's not poetry or butterflies. It's just the truth. This is what love is and what love isn't. Love is respectful. Do you feel respected in that relationship? Love is consistent. Is your partner consistent with what they do for, with you? Are they accountable? Love is accountable. Love is honest. And most importantly, love is safe. Now, what love is not? Love is not confusing. Love is not fear-based. Love is not manipulative. It's not conditional. And it's not pain as proof. It's not that, oh, because it is painful, then it is love. I don't even know where that thing came from. And please, if there's anyone who knows where that thing is written somewhere in the Bible or somewhere in stones to say that for love, for you to know that this thing is love, it has to be painful, please put it in the comment section so we all can know, because I mean, we're all here to learn. Now, if your love is costing you your voice, it is costing you your dignity or your peace, my darling, that is not love. It is a lie that is beautifully dressed like love. So this February, we all know it's a month of love. Yeah, love everywhere. Don't just ask, does he love me? Do they love me? No. Ask, is this love healthy? Because chemistry is very exciting, intense, exciting. But character is everything. So when they are speaking your love language, do well to still check to be sure that this love or that love that you're in is good for you. It is not just a lie that is beautifully dressed. Because like I said, chemistry is very exciting, but character is everything. This is SKIR Recap, where we choose clarity over confusion and truth over illusion. I would love to hear from you in the comment section. What do you think about love lies? Tell us if you know your love language, if you know the love language of your parents, your siblings, your loved ones, and tell us some of those love lies that you have heard in the comment section. Thank you so much for being a part of today's episode. Please do well to comment, like, share, and most importantly, be a part of the community. Subscribe to the channel. Bye.